Joining us now, Christine Quinn, the Executive Committee Chair of the New York State Democratic Committee. Also with us this morning, Maura Gillespie, former press advisor to former House Speaker John Boehner. Good to see you both. Thanks for being here.
Further divide us and not further pull us apart.
And Maura, just to that point, I mean, is there any particular effort that you believe can be successful on that front in this current environment?
Well, I think it takes each one of us to look within our own hearts and to sort out, what is spurring these, political violent outbursts and attacks and things that are, and to Christina's point, what is the rhetoric and the language that's being used? Being mindful, as she just pointed out, is super important. But I also think that the cheap ways of going about getting a click or a tweet, a retweet, or whatever it may be, and a lot of it, unfortunately, in politics surrounds around money, campaigning off of what's considered clickbait and an easy grab, because emotions are an easy way to get people to join in and to support. And by playing on people's emotions, playing on their deepest-seated fear, which really what anger is and what this political violence comes from, is from fear. It's fear of the unknown, fear of being threatened in some capacity, of thinking that your well-being and your rights are being taken away from you. A lot of this anger comes from fear. And so we do need leaders, not just people who want to run for Congress, not people who just want to run for office. We need leadership
right now.
Well, and Maura, look, the economy also top of mind for a lot of voters, Republican, Democrat, and Republicans will be trying to push back against the trend of seeing the party in power lose seats in Congress. But, we've been monitoring this dynamic between what seems to be growing frustration with Speaker Mike Johnson from Republicans, a few House Republicans criticizing, but mainly I'm asking because of this Johnson-Trump dynamic doesn't seem to be going away. And potential decisions will have to be made that might put them at different ends. And I wonder, how significant do you see their relationship being in terms of trying to retain seats in the midterm elections, especially when you have ACA subsidies expiring?
Well, I think it's really a decision that comes down to Mike Johnson. I think as you get closer to the midterms, Republicans will need to decide, Republicans in the House especially, will need to decide whether or not it benefits them to continue to stay so lock in step with President Trump and by default with Mike Johnson, whether or not that really does help them meeting the needs of their constituents and talking to the issues that matter at home in their communities, in their representation. Where are they supporting the people who put them in this office in the first place? And so there's going to be an opportunity for Republicans to take those off ramps away from President Trump and from Mike Johnson. And Mike Johnson has a decision to make about whether or not he wants to keep his gavel, in terms of, is he going to stay with the president, despite the fact that the president is talking about things that do not impact the American people. He's talking about marble armrest and putting his name on everything that he could possibly think of. And that's not helpful. That's not lowering costs. That's not making life better here in America. And it's also not what he ran on. And so Republicans who ran on the economy, it's why they got voted here. It's why they got voted to have the majority that they have. Democrats don't necessarily have said what their plan is. They, by and large, Republicans' attack against Democrats was that they put the economy as it is in the first place. But now Republicans need to show up, and they haven't been this first year. So what are they doing now to actually make life better? And this is the year that they're going to have to show that, because the midterms are right around the corner.
And there's no better example of what is going to happen than the question of, do we need a new East Wing ballroom, or do we need health care subsidies for struggling sick Americans?
That's sort of the split screen that many Americans are sort of looking at as the economy still stays top of mind. It will stay top of mind, no doubt, as we head into 2026, which I can safely say now just a few days away. Christine Quinn, Maura Gillespie, good to see you both.